Car part theft is at an all-time high.
So today, we're gonna talk about the most vulnerable cars and the parts that get stolen the most. Kind of like this U-Haul.
That's Jimmy, I'm Nolan.
Welcome to Donut.
All right, Jimmy, what do we got first?
Our first victim is Porsche. Now there are a ton of reports that people are stealing headlights off of different models, especially the Cayenne and the Panamera. But thieves are also getting their grubby, greasy little fingies onto the Taycan.
Not the Taycan.
Check this out, dude. This thing looks like it was opened up like a tuna can, dude.
That looks like they took a
giant can opener,
yeah,
and just pried it out.
That thing open.
Crazy.
Damn, that's sad. That's a really nice color too, and it's a Sport Turismo wagon, the ultimate dad car.
Imagine waking up, coming out to your car, seeing it like this, and then go, ah, shucks.
Yeah.
And then you have to drive to work, and everyone's like, what happened?
Your range is probably gonna be pretty compromised there.
Thieves all over are reselling the lights. So a new OEM Taycan headlight can go for almost $2,000, and a set for a Panamera can earn about $1,100.
Jeez.
But there's another theory as to why thieves are targeting these P cars. Allegedly, Porsche headlight HIDs, or high intensity discharge, offer ideal combination of light and heat for growing marijuana indoors. An HID setup for pot farming can cost up to $500, but stealing a Porsche headlight, that's free. Anyone can do that. We don't recommend you do that. In Amsterdam, it was reported that 35 different Porsches had their headlights stolen in the span of a couple of months. So you're probably wondering though, how do they do it?
Yeah.
Well, footage shows the thieves simply jimming it, no relation, and then ripping it out. But other photos tell a different story of thieves using power tools to cut around the metal and the headlight assembly to pry and remove the headlights. It's pure violence. Unfortunately, Nolan, there's no way to really protect your headlights, especially if you park on the street. But in Amsterdam, city officials have come up with this genius trick to park your car inside of a metal box. This is it. This is the solution.
Huh.
Yeah, just park in box.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Gotta be an easier way to grow your weed than that though. Hey, Nolan here. This is a piston, and this is a dirty piston, covered in engine-killing deposits that rob you of efficiency and performance, meaning less power and worse gas mileage. The more these deposits build up, the more you'll be paying for repairs later on. But when you use Valvoline Restore and Protect, it removes up to 100% of deposits with continuous use. Valvoline Restore and Protect is the first and only motor oil to actively restore engines like new and prevent future deposit formations. With its anti-wear protection exceeding industry standards by 79%, this motor oil is Valvoline's most advanced innovation ever. Don't just change your oil. Restore your pistons to factory clean with Valvoline Restore and Protect. Head to Valvoline.com or click the link below to learn more. Valvoline, the original motor oil. Next up, Jimmy, Texans have seen a big uptick in Ford Super Duty and F-150s getting their taillights stolen. Why Texas specifically?
Because everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Maybe, but it's really because in 2023, the F-150 was the most popular used car in the state. There's two reasons why Ford taillights are getting jacked. One, pretty similar to the Porsche, brand new taillights from Ford can go as high as $2,700 a piece.
Ooh, that's not cheap. That is
not cheap at all.
Yeah.
That's insane, but part of that price tag is due to the onboard blind spot information sensors, or BLIS, which are not a common aftermarket feature, so thieves can make bank selling these things at a discount to owners who have broken taillights.
So just because of that little signal thing.
They're also super easy to remove. All you gotta do is drop that tailgate, you undo 2 bolts, yank, 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 unplug some wires, and you're done.
Did you say yank, yank, yank? Do you say that commonly?
There's good news though. Super Duty owners can order a kit from Omaha Bravo Designs called the All Guard Kit, which includes a couple of pieces to help protect your truck from yank, yank, yanking. It covers the bolt heads that holds the lights in and includes some new bolts that are harder to remove. It also has pieces that cover the latch opening of the tailgate, which makes it harder to crack open. Even though this kit retails for $180, it might be worth it. I'm no mathematician. I had to take a class called Math for the Humanities when I was in community college.
You failed a math class in high school, didn't you?
I failed a few. $180 is way less than $2,700.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Hey, look.
I know big math.
F-150s have another problem, Jimmy.
These poured Fords.
Catalytic converter theft.
We all knew we were gonna talk about it.
Once you clicked on this, you're like, they better be talking about cats.
But not the little guys.
No, not the little guys. We all know that Priuses are the typical target for catalytic converter theft, but F-150s actually have their cats stolen more. That's right. And there are two major reasons for this. Most obviously, super popular truck, so the sample size is just gonna be bigger, but Also, depending on your spec, an F-150's ground clearance ranges from 8.3 to 9.4 inches, and that's just where the pumpkin sits.
Yeah,
like
I could probably walk around under there.
If you didn't know, catalytic converters contain expensive precious metals that are always in high demand. Platinum and palladium are about $1,000 an ounce, and rhodium can go for $5,000 an ounce. Someone's got to be buying all this stuff, and even though it's tough to get those metals out of a catalytic converter, most of the time a thief will just simply sell the cat to the junkyard or even to a customer directly. For example, catalytic converters for F-150s tend to go for $900 a piece, and a thief who just spent
like
5 seconds under your truck
yeah,
can probably get $150 really easy. So, how can owners protect themselves? Well, you can get catalytic converter shields. It's exactly what it sounds like. Shields that bolt onto your undercarriage, similar to a skid plate. We actually made a video last year testing various anti-theft products for catalytic converters. We'll drop a link at the end of this video if you're more interested in that. But in Texas, there's probably a different way we deal with thieves around here, boy.
So it may seem like we're picking on the F-150. We're not. So to even it out, let's talk about the Toyota Tacoma and their unfortunately easy to steal tailgates. So to remove a Tacoma tailgate, you gotta open it, undo the support cables, and then just yank it off.
Yank, 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 baby.
Aside from a couple of electrical connectors, that's really the whole process. So with 2 people pitching in, you could have a tailgate gone in 60 seconds. So let me show you this video of this thing getting jacked.
Oh yeah, very high
Dude,
def.
look at him. Look at that, gone.
The worst Tinder date ever.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy just like told me he had to go to his friend's house to pick up this tailgate.
Again, something meant for practicality. Like in a Tacoma's case, like Toyota's like, yeah, if I can make it
Just
easy.
take it off.
Make it easy for them to take it off.
Yeah.
They'll appreciate that. But now we got thieves taking advantage of that practicality. In retrospect, maybe Toyota should be thinking about this a little more.
Dude, you might show up one day and your tailgate's missing.
I'll get
and then
one-
I'm gonna be like, I told you.
I know, I'll get one of those.
I told you so.
I'll get one of those floppy net things.
Those are cool. I do like those.
They're neat.
Very utilitarian.
Yeah.
So back to our story, Nolan.
Yes.
Why are thieves stealing people's tailgates? Well, aftermarket replacements used tailgates or brand new OEMs can run anywhere from $300 to $1,500.
Oh my God.
So similar to the cats, they tend to resell very well. The tailgate is an easily damaged part of a truck because being used on a farm or at you hit like a fence post.
Bust them open real easy, and you gotta be able to replace it fast.
This stuff bangs into it all the time. So it's kind of one of the things that owners are in the market for. Maybe your tailgate got stolen, you just need a new one. So there's various locking mechanisms available online to prevent the tailgate from being taken off once the cables are removed. And there are even remote and key locks that can replace the original tailgate handle, which I think you need.
Maybe.
I really
don't know.
think you need that stuff. I'm gonna steal Nolan's tailgate and then he's gonna have to buy it off me.
All right, so this next car is no stranger to us, and more specifically me, because I own
Yeah, you own a little
I own a
thing.
Civic.
You own the
That's
little
right.
guy.
I'm talking about Honda Civics. So what are the thieves after this time? Wheels, engines, exhausts? It would
The whole car?
It would be kind of easy, I guess, to pop an engine out of there.
Yeah,
But the answer is no! It's actually much more sinister. Tragically, police in Pittsburgh have recently reported a rise in airbag thefts.
Why is that tragically?
I mean, you might
Did
get
someone
hurt.
die?
You might get hurt.
Why?
Well, it's all about access. Once again, access is what we're talking about here. Because most Civic airbags are held in with some clips. Thieves can smash a window, undo these clips, and pop the airbag right out. It's that easy. You can find these used airbags online for $300, but to replace the glass and get a new one installed, many owners are coughing up around $1,700 to have this fixed, Jimmy.
I want to know what they're using these airbags for, though.
They're probably making cool TikToks with things getting blown in the
That's
air.
cool. Imagine you get into an accident with your Honda Civic.
Oh yeah.
and-
Think about this. Thief steals your airbag. Person drives home, gets hurt or killed in an accident. Is that like 3rd or 2nd degree murder?
Damn. That's why you said tragically earlier.
Maybe. I don't know why I say the things I do. Luckily though, there is hope. Thanks to the trusty steering wheel lock, a hallmark of Civic ownership, Civic owners can fight back simply by impeding access. Anything that increases the time it takes to swipe something also increases the likelihood that they will get caught in the process. Guys, the easiest way to protect yourself is to make yourself a harder target. It's just like high school. Joke about yourself before anyone else can, and the bullies have nothing on you. You might even become a depressed D-list internet celebrity down the line. Who knows?
How you are, you just have to say that you're fine. They're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they
Nolan, I don't know if you knew this, but soccer moms are under attack.
Uh-oh.
And it's not because Sharon forgot to get wild berry Capri Sun and got orange instead. Mom, pre-2015 GM SUVs, I'm talking Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, Escalade, are getting their 3rd row seats stolen.
What?
This is for a couple of reasons. Popping the rear window hatch doesn't trigger the car's alarm, and before 2015, those third row seats weren't bolted down. So all you have to do is pull on a handle and they'll shimmy right off.
Yeah. Again, practical.
Practical.
It's like, hey, if you need extra space in the back of your truck there.
It's just a practicality thing, and now people are taking advantage of it. So to make things even worse, those seats fit through the rear window hatch when they're folded up.
Okay.
So people don't even have to break the window, they just pull it out.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of an oversight.
Crazy enough, these seats go for hundreds on the used market, which is less than it would cost to get them replaced at a dealer. Ironically, people who had their third row seats stolen may also end up buying a set of seats that have also been stolen. See, it's a big loop.
Well, I also think that maybe people opt to not get that third row seat, and then they're like, hey, it might be cool to get a third row seat. And then they see how much it costs at a dealer. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that kid down the street.
Yeah, he's got one for 200 bucks.
Yeah. Also a fun side note, this actually happened to the writer who worked on this video while they were out of state. So they were forced to buy some seats quickly so they could get home. In his opinion, they were definitely black market seats.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe some people are just like trying to furnish their basement, or, like their chill
That's
spot.
what I'm thinking,
Yeah,
too.
like they're like, oh dude, I got this freaking rug on Craigslist. I gotta get some couch down here, but that's like too much. Let's go pop some seats out of some Suburbans.
Yeah, and Billy's mom's Tahoes.
Yeah,
Those
dude.
seats were great.
Yeah. All right, it's time to talk about my favorite one on this list, as if I can have a favorite stolen item, but this one's kind of funny. U-Haul engine swaps. You guys might have seen this meme of someone swapping an engine from a U-Haul van into their project truck, changing his 4.8 liter into the 6 liter in the process. Pretty funny. Whether this is confirmed real or not, it's hard to say, but there's also this video, so I'll leave it up to you.
Let me pull it up for you, buddy.
Got banned from U-Haul.
Dude. It looks like almost like a F-150 Lightning.
Yeah,
like a
looks
baby
good.
Lightning.
That looks
It
sick.
looks really cool. He stole the engine.
Man, I've used U-Haul enough times now to say that it's not worth stealing an engine from them to get banned from their services for life. I've moved like 3 times now in the last 2 years.
They're helpful. It's
Very
helpful to have.
But anyway, the bottom line is it is definitely possible that someone has actually done this. The Chevy Express did come with a 6 liter V8 making 323 horsepower. I bet you put a nice little cam in there, you could probably bump that up over 400. And at a rate of $20 a day, times however long you need to complete the engine swap, you could feasibly get your hands on an engine for an extremely low price.
How many days do you think it would take?
For me, probably like 2 days.
2
Maybe
days?
Maybe a day.
I think 3.
Well,
3 days, come on, you gotta.
Maybe, yeah, make it look nice. Tell us down in the comments how long it would take you to commit a crime. Stealing is wrong.
You should not.
This is definitely
steal.
wrong.
U-Haul's investigation services are not a joke.
I bet U-Haul has got their own team.
That's like old FBI agents, old CIA agents.
The U-Haul people have enough on their plate already.
Yeah.
Don't add more to their plate. That little
Stealing is
red
not-
truck, U-Haul's ass, I bet.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah.
So before we get to our last one, Nolan, I want to ask you.
Okay.
Have you ever stolen anything?
I remember the janitor yelled at me one time because I was doing this cool thing where I was running along in the hallway and did like a wall ride, like jump up on the wall and like try to like run the wall, and I got like 2 steps, and then the janitor Donna was like, "Hey, don't do that!" Donna, poor Donna.
Well, it must have not looked that cool.
It probably looked stupid
That's
as hell.
why she yelled at you.
Yeah.
If it probably looked cool, she probably would have been like, all right, that's pretty sick.
I was just-
I remember I stole glitter from a hobby store. And then my mom was like, where the f did you get that?
Yeah.
I was like,
Like, why? Like, I will say, I haven't intentionally stolen anything, but I definitely borrowed many video games a lot longer than I should have from my friends in high school. Andrew, I've still got your copy of Ace Combat 5. What's up?
It's not going anywhere, by the way. That's one of Nolan's favorite games.
It's true.
He won't shut up about it.
I don't. We've been searching forever for a scrub that wasn't gonna destroy our hands. We couldn't find it, so we made this. Real Mechanic Scrub uses ground walnut shells with added coconut oil and shea butter. This isn't some influencer slap a label on it both. That's called white label. This is not white label. We spent a year picking ingredients and crafting a signature smell. Seriously, no mechanic scrub smells this good. I'll go to bat for this. Get Real Mechanic Scrub right now at your local Walmart today.
So our last one here is kind of a fun one, even though it's from a while ago. In the late 80s and early 90s, it was a trend in the UK to steal Volkswagen emblems off cars. But this wasn't for a cash grab, it was because of the Beasty Boys. The Beasty Boys' top song at the time was You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party.
Oh, yeah.
Great song.
Yeah.
And in the music video, band member Mike D wore a Volkswagen logo as a pendant on a chain.
Pretty sick.
So practically overnight, people started stealing Volkswagen badges to make their own pendants. So everything came to a head when the Beastie Boys visited the UK on tour, and according to a Volkswagen rep, more than 250 Volkswagen owners a day were getting replacement badges in the first weeks of June 1987.
Wow.
English car owners were petitioning the government to kick the Beastie Boys out of the country, and Volkswagen was forced to put out a statement where they called the trend relatively distasteful.
It's a very diplomatic way of putting it.
They admitted it was cool and that the logo had popularity, but it was coming at a cost of car owners, and they condemned the vandalism. But they didn't stop there. Volkswagen decided to offer free emblems to Beastie Boy fans as long as they wrote a letter asking for one. They even ran this pretty cool ad to make sure people knew. Designer labels always get ripped
Oh, that's
off.
sick. And you got a golf there with
Missing.
the emblem gone. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So the trend also led to Mercedes, BMW, and Audi badges being stolen as well, though it never reached the frenzy the Volkswagen badges did. But there's a supposed connection to this trend leading to the emblemless grille look that's become popular in the European car scene years later. I'm also wondering if that's why now the Rolls-Royce emblem flips.
That's 100%
Yeah.
why. Also, like, there's that episode of The Simpsons where Bart saws the emblem off of Fat Tony's car.
Mafia Don's car? Hey, we're all gonna be murdered someday.
Please don't steal.
Please don't steal stuff. You're just inconveniencing the shit out of people.
And you make us mad.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
You really don't.
I will slightly raise my voice at you.
Kind of like your janitor when you ran along the wall.
I hope Don is doing all right. If you want to see us test more anti-theft products, check this video out right here. We also drove some Volkswagens right here.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram, check out Nolan Sykes, RussellJimmy.jp. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.